Hi, it's Ingrid. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do another episode of finishing series I'm in the middle of. This is a good way for me to both get through my monthly TBR, my physical TBR, and because one of my main goals for this year was to finish off some of the series I've started, I need to do this. So my March TBR that I picked out, I've read one book. It's the 21st, I think. Yeah, I've read one book. So this is what's left on my TBR. Almost everything. Three of them technically, are in series I've started. So I have Wildfire by Hannah Grace and Bridgerton 2 by Julia Quinn. Technically, Shatter Me is a series that I've started, but I'm doing another vlog for that, so I will not be reading that one. So in this video, I'm going to attempt to read those two books. I might not choose both of them, but I'm trying to because I really want to get to my March TBR. But I also have a full shelf of series I've started that I need to get through, so I might be picking from those as well. One of the main ones on my radar right now is Before We Say Goodbye, the fourth and latest installment in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I also think the fifth book comes out later this year, so I would like to get this read before that. I personally really enjoy this series, so I'm excited for the fourth one. And this is pink, which I love. So I'm keeping this like in the back of my mind. But as of right now, I want to focus on the ones on my March TBR. I have read the first chapter of this because I was babysitting and I needed something to do. So I have a few reaction videos from the first chapter, so I will be including those in this video, and then I'm gonna keep going with this book. This is the second book in the Maple Hill series. I wasn't the biggest fan of Icebreaker, the first one. I think I gave it 3.25. Like, it was good, I didn't like the female main character. I thought she was very annoying, but so far, I'm only a chapter in, so don't know much, but so far I'm liking this one, so I'm excited to continue, and I will be reading that one right now. Hopefully I'll finish it tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to finish it today. And then, hopefully, I'm going to get to this one after. I keep putting this one off, but it's on my March TBR, so I need to read it. And now, let's get on with Wildfire. On page 5, I'm already loving this so much more than Icebreaker. And I'm about to cry. I love Russ. I've been like putting this off for so long because I wasn't the biggest fan of Icebreaker. But I'm really enjoying this. Obviously I'm only 5 pages in, so I might hate it, but like, it's looking pretty good so far. I love these people. I love every character. I love JJ. Remember, you belong here. Everyone wants you around. You hear me? He says quietly. You're perfect. I love this. I love this book so much. I love Russ. I love Aurora. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm very confused, but I love this book. It's so cute. And the music choice. She's listening to Sane. I love it. I love this book. I'm only 29 pages in, but I'm loving it so much. To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun. She puts her hand in. So I'm on chapter 12, page 119 of Wildfire, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. Like, I had kind of low expectations to this because of how I felt about Icebreaker, but I love this one so much more. I love the characters, both of them. I'm obsessed with Russ, and I can't stop reading. I am definitely going to keep reading for a while. It's currently 9:44, but thankfully it's a Saturday, so staying up doesn't matter. And I'm on Easter break, so I have a lot of time. Is he blonde? I don't want him to be blonde. But I don't even know what to say. Did I ever tell you what the book's about? I think I did, but basically these two people, Russ and Rory, I don't know how to pronounce her name in English, it just doesn't work. It won't come out of my mouth, and so we're gonna call her Rory. They meet at a party, they end up having a one-night stand, she leaves, then they end up on the same camp, not knowing that the other person is gonna be there. And it's really interesting and I love it. So I'm gonna continue reading for a while. I will try to give you updates throughout the book. But so far I'm really loving it. This book is so good. Like, I'm sitting here smiling while reading it, and I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but to me it is. Because usually I'm like expressionless while I'm reading. I feel everything on the inside, but like it's never showing. But with this book I can't stop smiling. I'm actually so obsessed. And that's so surprising to me, because I wasn't expecting this book to be that good. And I've been putting it off for a while, because I didn't think I would like it. But I'm loving it, and I know I've said that a lot, but I'm really, really loving it. It's time for an update. I'm currently 56% through Wildfire, and I don't really have much to say, because I really love the book. It's giving 5 stars, to be honest. The only thing I have to say, like, I don't want to pick it back up because I know that the third act conflict is gonna come. And I've said it before, I hate that. And every single romance is obviously built that way. And I hate it. Like, can I get one romance, just one, with no third act conflict? And I would be very happy. And I'm just so scared of how it's gonna go in this book. Because right now, it's going so good and I'm so happy. I am on page 224. I'm about to start chapter 23. But just because of I don't want the conflict, so I'm going to put it on hold for just a little bit. And I think I'm going to pick up Before We Say Goodbye, the 4th book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I don't know exactly what to expect from this, because the first 2 books were set in the cafe, and it was pretty much the same, just different stories. The 3rd book was set in a different place, and the characters were separated, so I don't know how this is gonna go, and like, are we gonna be back at the cafe, or are we gonna be somewhere else? I actually don't know. Before We Say Goodbye, that's a little scary, but I think I want to pick this one up now. I'm expecting this to be different stories, just like the other ones. So we'll see. Like, I love this, the relationship map that they have in the books. Because sometimes I forget who the people are. Since it's been a while since I last read one of these books. I can just look at that. And yeah, it's 4 stories. So I think I'm gonna read at least one of them right now. And then I'll get back into Wildfire soon. Can I just say, I'm so confused. I've been looking at the relationship map and I knew something wasn't right. I don't know if this is considered a spoiler or not, so if you don't want to hear anything about it, skip to the time I put here. If not, watch me talk, because this is confusing. The person who owns the cafe has a daughter. In this book, the newest book, the daughter's name is Miki. And it says that she's the baby daughter. But in the last book, in the relationship map, she's a grown daughter. Like, she's 15 years old. It's like, are we in a different time frame here, or what is going on? Because now I'm very confused. And also, where is this other person's daughter? Because in this one, the daughter is pouring the coffee. In this one, the mother is pouring the coffee. And there's no daughter on the relationship map. So I don't get it. I'm gonna start reading and hopefully it makes sense. But as of right now, I'm very confused.
push up from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the
It's Tuesday. I don't think I updated you much yesterday. I did read the first story in this and I really loved that. I think, well, with that story, after reading that I was thinking that this is my favorite so far, because I think part of that might be the familiarity of the whole story. Like, I'm more familiar with both the writing and the premise of the whole cafe and the rules and all of that. And the third book in this series was set in a different place. With this one, we're back to the original setting and I really enjoyed that. But then, after that, I had to go eat dinner. And then after dinner, I was just in a weird mood. Like, I've been feeling weird recently. Like, I'm not enjoying anything. And like, I used to be able to sit for hours and watch YouTube, or I would listen to music or do something. But I just had no joy in any of that. Reading worked for a little while, but then like last night I was in like a really weird mood and it carried on to today. I don't know why. I don't want to do anything, but I'm bored to death. So I read another story of this today. I still like it, but I think the first one is my favorite. I don't know why I feel different in this book than I did with the previous three, because they are the same. I don't know, it might be because I'm just more used to it. But so far I'm really enjoying this book. I just have no desire to sit and read. So I tried to pick up Wildfire again. And before I started reading today, I was like very sure that this would be a 5-star. Now I don't honestly know. Like, the past few chapters have been, I don't know, kind of boring. But like, I don't know if I should blame the book or if I should blame my mood, because like I said, I've been in a weird mood and that might affect my thoughts on these books. But right now I don't want to read this at all. And like the last time I talked to you, I was loving it. So I don't really know what to do. Like, I could finish this one pretty quickly. And same with this one. I think I have like 130 pages left. So, like, it doesn't take me long to finish these books. But I don't want to. But I can't, like, finish this video until I've finished the books. And I should probably read another book as well. So I don't know what I should do. I think the easiest for me is to read this book right now. Because like with Wildfire, I love the characters. I don't care anymore. I think if the book had ended now, like I'm on page 250 something, yeah, 253. And I know that normally a book is like 300 to 350. This one's 380. But I'm just over it. I don't know why. It's probably gonna go over soon. Like, if I keep reading, I'll enjoy it again. I'm feeling weird and I don't know what to do about it. So I think I should at least finish this one, because that doesn't take a lot. I'm just gonna do that right now. And then we'll worry about Wildfire later. It's Wednesday. I think I'm starting to get sick, and that might be why I felt like weird. My stomach is hurting a lot, so I don't really feel like doing anything. But I finished both books yesterday, so I should at least tell you about them. The first book I finished was Wildfire by Hannah Grace, the second book in the Maple Hill series. Like I've already said, I didn't like Icebreaker that much. Specifically hated the female main character. This book I actually really loved. I wasn't expecting to, because of how I felt of the first one. But this one, I fell in love with both characters pretty early on. And like, even in the first 5 pages, I was really invested in the story. which I feel like doesn't happen a lot. It usually takes a little while for me to get into it. And then there was a few chapters in here where I was a little bored, but then again I said I was in a weird mood, and I think it was more that than the actual book. So I think I've already told you what this book is about, but basically these two people have like a one-night stand at the party, then they meet again at a summer camp where they're both counselors. Kind of a little conflict there because of, it's not a conflict, I don't know how to explain it without spoiling things, but because of how they met. And there's also a rule with like a no I can't say that word. There's like a rule that counselors can't be together, so it's kind of a little forbidden romance, forced proximity. I really enjoyed it. I'm stuck between like a 4.5 or a 5-star, because I feel like I give out 5 stars very easily, but I'm also very specific, and I feel like all of the booktubers I've watched have been like, oh, I haven't had any 5 stars yet this year, and I feel like I've had a lot. But I shouldn't like take that out on this book, like I can't give it a 5-star because I've given so many 5 stars. I can't think of anything bad about it. I loved everything. I loved the characters, I loved the storyline, I was entertained, I was invested, I liked the writing, the dialogue, all of it. I feel like these characters felt very realistic, and that's something I really enjoy. Sometimes I feel like the dialogue can be unrealistic, like I feel like that's not the way people talk, but in this one everything just felt real. So I think I'm actually gonna give it a 5-star. Yeah, I can't think of anything bad about this book. Like, I think I just need to remember that books like Beach Read, Crooked Kingdom, Akamaf, all of those ones are like 6 stars, so they're over, so it doesn't matter that this one is the same, because obviously I don't love this book as much as I love Crooked Kingdom. But I still think this is a 5-star. I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna stay on that. Like, it's my choice. I don't need to worry about anyone else. I feel like this is a 5-star, so I'm giving it 5 stars. Then, right before going to bed, I just sat in bed and I finished this one. Before We Say Goodbye, the 4th and latest translated book, at least in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I know there's one more book at least, because I've seen the author post it on Instagram. I don't know if it's published at all. It might be published in Japan, but like at least it's not translated to English yet. But I really enjoy this. I think this is my favorite in the series. This is kind of like a literary fiction magical realism series, following, really, the main characters are different in each story, and there's 4 stories in each book, but there are some characters that are always there, like the people who work at the cafe. Basically this is about a cafe where you can time travel. There are specific rules that you have to follow, like you have to meet people who have been to the cafe, you can't stand up from your chair, you can only travel during a specific time, and you have a time limit, and like everything has to happen before the coffee gets cold. So there's always fun to see like how each of the characters react to those rules and their reasoning for wanting to go back in time, and how that turns out, and like how they change when they get back, because it's also like a rule that the present can't change no matter what you do. In this one I feel like the characters were questioning a lot more. Like previously people have like accepted the rules, but like these ones are like, why is it like that? And I'm wondering like, why is it like that? Like, that's a good question. I really enjoyed this. Like I already mentioned earlier, I feel like I might like this more because everything is so familiar now, like both like the writing, the rules obviously, and the way, like the structure of this series. And I'm really enjoying it. So far this is my favorite. I think I'm giving it like a 4.25. I really enjoyed it. Like I've said before that literary fiction isn't really my thing. I feel like I get bored very easily when things aren't like easy. But with this one, it's very comfortable to sit and read. So I really enjoyed it, and I love the cover, and it's pink, and I love that. And I'm very excited for the next book. I think that might be coming out this year. I'm not completely sure, but I think so. So 4.25 stars. Now, I should be reading one more book, I think, and that it's on my March TBR. Bridgerton 2, The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. When I was reading Bridgerton, I think I liked it while I was reading it, but like thinking back on it, I'm just not interested. But I think I'm still gonna give this book a chance. At least try. It's not too long. It's like 350 pages. So wait, I'm gonna Google it. Is it spicy? Because I don't want that. I just need something simple. So we're gonna search. Is Bridgerton too spicy? Okay, I'm just seeing someone on Reddit say that I'd say compared to your average adult rom-com with explicit content, they're less spicy. Okay. What can I say about this? I feel like everyone knows Bridgerton. I've never watched the show, so like I don't have any connection to any of the characters really. This is like a series where they go to like balls and find people to marry, and it's like Regency era, I think. 1814. I'm gonna read the back because I don't know what to tell you about the book. Having spent his 20s in a rakish pursuit of pleasure, Anthony Bridgerton knows it's high time he settled down and ensured the continuation of the Bridgerton line. Edwina Sheffield is the most beautiful debutante of the current season. She is sweet, innocent, and eminently biddable. Anthony is sure she'll make a perfect, acceptable wife and vows to make her his. The only obstacle in his way is Edwina's older sister Kate, who is determined to do all she can to allow her sister the chance to marry for love rather than convenience. The roguish Viscount is beginning to think he may have met his match in Kate's keen wit and sharp tongue. Until that is, he makes the mistake of kissing her. So, I am a little bit intrigued. So maybe I'll just sit down, try it out a bit. I feel like I'm not giving the books a proper chance when I like expect the worst. Like, I'm probably going to enjoy it, so I just need to actually pick it up. And I think I'm going to do that now, just sit down, read for a little bit. I think I'm going to get into the book before I give you any comments, so I'll put the camera away while I just get started, and then eventually I'll start filming again. Let's go. So I'm on page 118 of Bridgerton. I'm about to start chapter 8. Yeah. And as I've already mentioned, I wasn't expecting to like it, but I love it. I'm obsessed, and there's like a big chance that I will just sit here and finish the book. Like, I have like over halfway left, but if I'm not interrupted, I could continue this thing because I'm so obsessed and I need them together. I need them to be happy, and now I want to watch Bridgerton. Never had that desire before, but I do now, and I'm obsessed with it. And I love it so much. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna continue reading because I need to. I have to go eat dinner, but the book is so good I don't want to put it down. I'm obsessed with Anthony and Kate.
We lay awake in bed. It laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be.
I guess I should update you. I finished this last night. As you saw, it was 3 AM. I could not put this book down, so I just had to finish it because I was like, of course my father decides to test the fire alarms right when I started filming. But my thought process yesterday was, I'm already halfway through, I might as well finish. And then it was like, I only have 100 pages left, I might as well finish. And it's like 50 pages, I can't stop now, I should go to bed, but I'm just gonna have to finish. And then I finished. And I love it. I honestly believe that this is one of my favorite books ever. Which is weird because I wasn't expecting that, but I don't know what to say. Anthony Bridgerton is the love of my life. So I highly recommend this book. I didn't think that I was going to continue the series. I already own this, like I bought this in 2022. And I was planning on eventually reading it and probably not buying the rest of the series. But now I want to, and I need to watch the show because I need to see more of Anthony. I loved everything about this. It was so fun. The relationship between Anthony and Kate, and like from the beginning to the end, so special. I've said before that when a book is like painful to read, not necessarily always bad things happening, but when I feel things physically, like it pains me inside, I just know that that's a 5-star, and that happens so much with this. So I can't do anything else than give it a 5-star. I was like, in my book journal, I have this page where I pick out my favorite book each month, and I was sure that Beach Read would be that one. Honestly, I like this one even more. This is like one top 5 book of all time. I love it. I'm obsessed, and I'm definitely going to continue the series. So honestly, I think that's it for this video. I read 3 books. Read Wildfire, loved it, 5 stars. Scared. So that's it for this video. I read 3 books. Very happy with my reading actually. First book I finished was Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This one also surprised me. Like I've said, I wasn't the biggest fan of Icebreaker, so loving this was very surprising. I fell in love with this book like on the first page. The first clip of me in this video was on page 5, talking about how much I love it. I'm obsessed with all of it. I like the relationship, I like the characters. I also really enjoyed the side characters and like the friendship between them, and obviously the romance was good. And I love a vulnerable man, and when he finally opened up to Rory, I fell in love. I fell in love before that, but I love that. And like, this is also a series I wasn't expecting to continue, but after reading this, I'm gonna give the 3rd book a chance. It comes out in June, and I'm actually very excited. I like all of the hockey guys, and I like that we get to see them interact as well as their relationship. Like, I feel like with this one, it had more of a story outside of the spice, which Icebreaker didn't. So, like, I was interested in everything in this book, like their relationship, their friendships, the other characters, everything that was going on. So I'm very happy with this book. This was a 5-star. Then I read Before We Say Goodbye, the 4th book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I don't think this is the best series I've ever read. Like, I'm not like majorly invested in it, but I really enjoy reading them. I think they're fun, I think they're interesting. And I gave this one 4.25 stars. This one is my favorite in the series, and I really enjoy everything. The writing is comfortable. Like, I know that it doesn't take a lot for me to sit down with this. I can just relax and actually just focus on the story, which is something I really enjoy. And I like to see like the different reasonings they have for going back in time, and like how they change, like from like before they go back in time and then when they get back. So I really enjoy this book and I recommend it. And the next book, I'm pretty sure it comes out this year. I could be wrong, but I think it is this year. I know that at least there is another book coming out in the series, and I'm going to buy that as soon as it comes out, because I'm very excited to put that on my shelf with the rest of them. And the cover is so cute. I love that it's pink. I love everything. I was a little confused though by like the time. that this book was set. Because I think this is set before one of the others, because the owner of the cafe has a child. In this one, she's a baby, but she was older in the other book. So I still don't understand that. But I enjoy the book and I recommend it. And then the last one, Bridgerton 2, The Viscount Who Loved Me. I just talked about that, so I'm not going to say much more. But that's also a 5-star. So the fact that I managed to find 2 5-stars in the same video, both unexpected, is really cool. I've been really lucky this year. Like, I've had like some great books and given a few 5-stars actually. And sometimes I feel a little bad about that, like thinking that I shouldn't rate them 5 stars, but I love them, so why not give them 5 stars? I'm really enjoying these books, and it's better to find a lot of 5 stars than having a lot of 2 stars. So I've been very lucky, and I hope the year continues that way. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed it, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, lovers.